What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading. And you know what time it is. It is time to get these trades reviewed. Today we finished the day up red. Very slow and choppy morning. And we pretty much got chopped right on up in this market, trying to make some money. So we had a fairly decent looking watch list. Thought it would be a little better than it was this morning. It just was not to be. So without any further delay, we're going to go ahead and get this thumbnail watch list pulled up. Take a peek at what we were watching. And as you can see, we had a fairly full watch list this morning. We were watching IWM. We took a trade on that. We had AMD. We took a trade on that. We had Apple. We took a trade on that. All of those were red trades. We had Twitter on the list to go low. And we see that it just chopped around and it did not cooperate. And we see that it kind of took off right there at noon. We had Oxy on just as a carryover, just to see what it would do. Nothing at all. AMC was on the list for a stock trade. Someone had called this out in Relentless Traders chat room. I pulled it up on the chart and I saw a pattern forming. Actually called the trade on how I would take it, and it never triggered me in. So didn't get a trade on that. We had NU on the watch list. We had Pepsi and we had UEC. All of those were going to be stock plays. Nothing triggered us in. Then we had the Qs and we had the SPY, and we did get a trade in on the SPY, our only green trade of the morning. But let's go ahead and pull up TRADERVUE, see the details. And we're reviewing trades from Tuesday, May 17th. Give me 1 second. I'm doing this remotely, so bear with me. There we go. Tuesday, May 17th, we took a total of 7 trades today. We have been one and done lately. At the most 2 trades. We took 7 of them today. Closed P&L, $34. And like I said, those are what we traded. We had 4 red trades, 3 green trades. And those red trades just outweighed the green, making us green on the day. So let's go ahead. Let's pull up the charts. Take a peek at how we were trading them today. And before I do that, I do want to, I'm going to pull up AMC real quick. Let's take a peek at this real quick. And I was liking how the market is looking. Jerome Powell supposed to be speaking at 2 o'clock. It is 2:09 as I do this review. Look at how he caused the market to spike. Nice little spike right there. But let me go ahead. On AMC, someone had called it out saying it was running. I didn't really see that happening, but I'm going to show you what I did see that made me want to take a trade. So this broken line right here is the start of the new day. Starting a new day. And we see that AMC opened nice wide range candle. These candles, each one is 15 minutes. Next candle, nice little resting candle right there. Nice resting candle. So this was the start of a 3-bar play. And I saw this forming right at the VWAP, right at the 50 moving average. Those 2 things are good. Only thing that was not really good is that it didn't have much room. That right there is previous day's high. So this maybe had 1 R in it before you was going to bump your head. But nonetheless, I was interested in taking it. I was going to take that 1R out of it. So I highlighted it. I looked up top. I saw that the range was 29 cents. So I was going to need a 30-cent stop. I like to round it off the whole numbers. So a 30-cent stop getting in at 12.45. So loaded it up, put my stop down there. And how I'll do this is most of the numbers I have in my head, but if I don't, I'll hit the calculator button on my keyboard. I'll type in 50. I'll divide that by 30. I'm risking $50 on this trade. It's telling me I would need 166 shares. So I'll round that down to 165. I'll go to my active trader window. If I was in my actual purchasing window, gonna put my stop there. I'll put my entry here. And if this would have came up and triggered me in, I'm instantly in the trade. My stop is set. I'm gonna have my first target set right there. But we see that this failed. It did not. Once it breaks this area, all bets off. So I'll just cancel that order. But had this came down maybe right here in that 15-minute candle and a new candle formed and started going up, I'd have left that order just how it was. But that was what I was looking to take on AMC. Nice little 3-bar play, but it failed, never triggered us in. So let's get to the business at hand. Let's review what we actually did take trades on. And let me pull that back up. How many IWM? So we took 2 trades on IWM. We'll review both of those. So first trade that we got into on IWM, we took it at 934. So let's get over here. Let's find 934. 934. We need to switch this back to the 2-minute. So I'm like, why is that looking like that? There we go. Let's get this back over. Terrible trade. Terrible trade. I don't see nothing on the 2-minute or the 1-minute, which is over here. Getting in right here would have been decent. But again, it's no real pattern right there. And if we would have been getting in right here on the 2-minute, basically would have been taking a 1-minute high or a 2-minute high. I'm sorry. But nothing on the chart really showed to take that. Bought one contract. And we see that this thing rolled over and we stopped out on this one at 947 as it was coming back down below the VWAP. That's telling us it has failed. And we lost $17 on that one contract. And we see that that was extra room. Really should only lost like $12.50 because we're only buying one contract. So that would be the usual stop on one contract, $12.50. That's half of that 25, but we'll give it extra room. Next one that we took on IWM, another call play. We got in this one at 10:04. Let's see where 10:04 was at. Would have been getting in this one as it came back up above the VWAP. But guess what? I never should be buying the first move over the VWAP. Pull back, retest, and then breaking the first pivot. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. And we stopped out of this bad boy 3 minutes later, 10:07. As it came back and did what? Broke below the VWAP. So another trade that really was donating to the market. This one we donated $11 on one contract. So those were our two IWM trades. Like I said, both of those, no reason to take those trades. No reason to be first to the party. That is something that if you hear professional traders say, they'll always tell you, there's no reason to be first to the party. Go ahead, let that party get established. And that's almost real in life. Why do you want to be the first to the party unless you throw in the party? Because usually when you're the first to the party, you just sitting around waiting on everybody else. That's how this stock market is. You first to the party, you waiting on other people to hold your destiny. You're waiting on other people to make the market move. And that didn't happen. But we'll go ahead. Let's get Apple reviewed. Apple, we got in at 10.09. 10.09. Bam. Right here. Now, this is the opposite, but not. Apple was in a good downtrend. We see that it tested the VWAP here, failed it, came down, kind of tried to push back down, came back here. Decent entry there, but you wouldn't take it because you got previous day's high right here. So that's giving you no room to go lower. So it came down, it just barely pushed on through. Again, trying to be first to the party. Let this thing come back and reject and go back down. Why are you trying to be first to the party? Look around. Why are you doing it? This one we got out at 10.17. 10.17. Guess what? As it was coming back over previous day's high. This one cost us a little bit more money. We lost $30 on this trade. Again, patience. Patience pays. We have learned this over the past few months that patience pays. Impatience cost. And this morning it was costing us. So that was our trade on Apple. And we look what Apple did. It came back up, retest VWAP again, and it failed again. This time it pushed through. See, it would have needed to come back up here, fail again, but it needs to break this first one. It would have needed to come down and break that one. So this would not have been a good entry. You want to see this come back down here. So Apple was really given no clean patterns to take a trade on, but we took one. And if we were going to take a trade like that, these are just be watching it, quick, get what you can get out of them type trades. You don't put no stops in and just let it work, because it hadn't really given you any clear patterns. Finally over here, you really getting a pattern where it's come up, broke VWAP, pulled back, it held. But again, you kind of choppy even coming up through here. These candles are overlapping each other. Kind of want candles that aren't overlapping. So no real clear patterns on those. And then let us get AMDs out the way. AMD, first one we took was at 950. Let's see what we were seeing at 950. And these were calls here. 950. There we go. So AMD opened there, made the move, came back. It made this move up, pulled back more than 50%. So buyers wasn't really in control on this thing. So not a real good buy setup, not a real good pullback and confirmation, but we take it anyway. We got in right there. And we stopped out of this bad boy at 9:59. 9:59. As it is coming back. But guess what, y'all? We get in right here. We put our stop right there. We put our stop right there. This is one contract, so we can even give it a little extra room and put it down here. Look, we never stop out. We would have never stopped out in this trade. We would have got close right there had we just put it right there. We would have gotten close. But let's see, we paid 78 cents for this contract. Right now, this contract is at 93 cents. So we would be making money on this contract. And look at where it is. It's way down here. Up here, we probably were sitting good. Let's see what the high of the day is on this contract. High of the day is at 180. We would have been up $100 on this one contract had we set through this entire move. Easily could have set through this and let it come back up here. Let's see where we're at up here. What time is that? 11:56. Let's see where 11:56 is and where it was at. 11:56. It was at let's call it 148. We would have been up $75 in that move, but we moved the stop up when it broke below it. So this would have been a decent trade. A little sloppy coming right there on that pullback and confirm, but this trade would have worked. This trade would have worked. Let's take a peek at the other AMD. And this one here was a green trade. This one here we got in at 1025. Let's see where 1025 is at. Let's see what we were looking at. Wow. Got in this one a little late. Stop would have been right here. We got out of this one 4 minutes later. 10:29 on the red candle as it's coming back down. 2 contracts, and we made $10 on this trade right there. So this was one that we were kind of watching it. It was like, all right, let's take what we can get, knowing that's going to be our first target area. First area where we're going to run into something. We're going to kind of bump our heads. That's pretty much right where we got out of it at. So that one we made $10, made a little bit back of the trade that we lost. And then our last 2 trades of the morning was on the SPY. Let's see what we were looking at on the SPY. These here was puts. These were puts that we was playing. First one we got in 1026. See where 1026 was at. Right there. So we see the SPY was in a downtrend. We see it in a downtrend, trending right at the VWAP. And we got in right there, 2 contracts. And we got out of this one 4 minutes later at 10:30. This was another one I was watching as it came down to this area right here. Made $18 on this trade. Look at what we left. Let's see. Let's take a peek at that one and see. We'll just go to this candle here. That's 1042. So let's see what 1042 would have looked like. 1042. Nope. I'm like, those numbers don't look right. Let's link it. Let's link that. There we go. All right. So 1042. That's right. It should be going up. So 1042. we paid 157 for the contract. Right there, it would have been at 180. We'll call it 187. So 30. Would have made 60 bucks if we got out in this contract. So trading a little nervous right here. We were trading a little nervous right there. But we came right back. We bought one more contract, or took one more trade, I guess I should say. This one here, we got in at 1036. Let's see where 1036 was at. Got in right as it was breaking. Right as it was breaking. And we got out of this one at 1055. We let this thing come back up against us a good little ways. A good little ways. Should have probably been getting out in this green candle right here. Ended up getting out right here because we saw, yeah, this is not good. This is about to go the other way on us. That's exactly what it did. And we made $12 on this trade. Made $12. So that is how we finished the morning up. Just highly unimpressed. Was a highly unimpressive type morning. And the good thing is we live to trade another day. And that's all we'll do. We'll regroup. We'll see what Jerome Powell's meeting or what his speech is going to be about. Let's take a look and see what the SPY is doing right now. It has sold off about $4 since 2 o'clock. So his speech is making it go down at the moment. Not something we want to see if we holding some stocks, which I'm holding some AMD shares, holding some Apple shares. I'm looking for these things to kind of rebound, but long-term plays. So we got years on those, and those are solid companies. And that's the thing. If you're going to buy some shares for the long term, just make sure it's solid companies. Like one of the gentlemen that I watch online says, make sure they're companies that you have faith in and that you use. I got an iPhone. I use Apple. AMD. I used to build computers, and when I built them, I would buy AMD chips and put in them. So these are companies that I know have been around for a while, and I don't see them going nowhere else. You shop at Walmart. Why not buy some Walmart stocks? You shop at Home Depot if you are a homeowner or you into home improvement. Why not buy some Home Depot shares for the long term? Those for long term. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you have not already hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. Once you have, hit that notification bell. Select all. That way you'll be notified anytime I make videos such as this one. Red, green, everything in between. Got to take the good with the bad. Got to take the pullbacks. And then you look for that explosive move higher. So red day, it's going to be a pullback. And then we just look for that explosive move higher. But again, thanks for watching. And we'll catch you next time here at LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. And don't forget about the traveling. Peace.